Have you ever reached the end of a long, exhausting day, only to realize you can't remember a single thing you did that truly mattered? You're not alone. Many of us collapse into bed, drained and weary, but with a nagging sense that we've just been spinning our wheels. We're busy from sunrise to sunset, yet somehow, our days feel empty, like we're running on a treadmill that never stops but never actually takes us anywhere meaningful. Our calendars are overflowing with meetings, appointments, and endless obligations. Every hour is accounted for, every minute scheduled. But despite all this activity, our hearts and minds can feel strangely hollow. It's as if we're filling our days with noise but missing the music. We're caught in what some call the busy trap, a relentless cycle of doing, rushing, and reacting. We move quickly, always in a hurry, but rarely pause to ask ourselves if we're actually moving towards something that matters. The world around us seems to reward speed and productivity, but at what cost? Being busy isn't the same as being fulfilled. When we're constantly reacting to emails, messages, and demands, we lose sight of our own intentions. We become experts at multitasking, but amateurs at living with purpose. Our days blur together, and we start to wonder if this is all there is. Somewhere along the way, busy became a badge of honor. We compare schedules, compete over who's more overwhelmed, and wear our exhaustion like a trophy. But this constant busyness can actually disconnect us from what we value most: our relationships, our passions, and our sense of purpose. Technology makes it even easier to stay busy, blurring the lines between work and rest. We check emails at the dinner table, scroll through endless feeds before bed, and rarely give ourselves permission to truly unplug. The result? We're always on, but rarely present. The first step to breaking free is recognizing that you're stuck in this cycle. It takes courage to admit that busyness isn't bringing you joy or meaning. It's okay to pause and reflect, to ask yourself tough questions about what you really want from your days. Take a moment to ask yourself, is the pace I'm keeping helping me become the person I want to be? Am I living in alignment with my values, or just reacting to whatever comes my way? Honest reflection is the first step toward change. Endless to-do lists and constant demands can drown out your inner voice. When every day is a race to check off tasks, it's easy to lose touch with your intuition, those quiet signals that tell you what really matters. But here's the good news: you have the power to change direction. You can choose to step off the treadmill, even if just for a moment, and consider a new path, one that leads to greater meaning and satisfaction. Give yourself permission to pause. Look back at your last week. How much of your time went to things that truly matter to you? Were there moments of connection, creativity, or rest? Or was it all just a blur of obligations? This isn't about feeling guilty or regretting the past. It's about becoming aware, about noticing where your energy goes and gently asking if it's serving you. Awareness is the first step toward making more intentional choices. When you cultivate awareness, you open the door to a more purposeful life. You start to see opportunities to slow down, to savor, and to focus on what truly matters. You realize that life isn't about how much you do, but about how deeply you live. So let's take this journey together. Let's learn how to transform our busy days into days that are rich with meaning, connection, and joy. Because in the end, it's not about running faster, it's about making every step count. Why do we waste so much time? It's not laziness, it's our environment and psychology. Our phones and social media are engineered to distract us, feeding us dopamine and FOMO. We compare ourselves to others, draining our energy and joy. We avoid discomfort by procrastinating, choosing easy distractions over meaningful work, and without clear priorities we drift, saying yes to things that don't matter. These forces keep us stuck in cycles of wasted time. Understanding them is the first step to taking back control. To live with intention, you need to know your purpose. Try the funeral test. Imagine what you want people to say about you at your funeral. What legacy do you want to leave? Write down your top 3 values, just 3. These are your compass. Your values might be connection, growth, creativity, service, or health. Use these as your North Star for every decision. When faced with a choice, ask, does this align with my values? This framework helps you say no to what doesn't matter and yes to what does. This is how you start living with true intention. Now see how your current life matches your values. For 2 days, track your time. Be specific and honest. Note everything: emails, social media, TV, chores. Afterward, highlight activities which align with your values, which are neutral, and which are time wasters. This visual snapshot reveals the gap between your ideal and actual life. Don't feel guilty. See time wasters as opportunities for change. Maybe you'll find hours lost to scrolling or TV that could be spent on creativity or connection. This data-driven awareness is powerful. It moves you from guessing to knowing. Now you have a clear starting point for intentional change. When you're ready to make a change in your life, it's tempting to want to overhaul everything at once. But here's the truth. Lasting change doesn't happen overnight, and trying to do too much at once can leave you feeling overwhelmed and discouraged. Instead, focus on making small, intentional shifts, one step at a time. That's where the 1-1-1 rule comes in. Each week, challenge yourself to do 3 simple things. Remove one app that distracts you, set a clear limit on one habit that drains your time, and change one routine to better align with your goals or values. This approach is about progress, not perfection, and it's designed to be sustainable for the long haul. Start by picking just one app that tends to pull your attention away from what matters. Maybe it's a social media platform, a game, or even a news app. Delete it for a week and see how you feel. Notice the urge to check it and what you do instead. This small act can reveal just how much space a single app can take up in your day. As you remove distractions, you'll likely notice a new sense of calm and clarity. Your mind feels less cluttered, and you might find yourself with more time to think, create, or simply relax. Even a little extra breathing room can make a big difference in your mood and productivity. Next, look at your habits. Is there something you do out of routine that doesn't really serve you? Maybe it's watching hours of TV, endlessly scrolling on your phone, or snacking late at night. Set a clear, realistic limit, like only one episode of TV per night, or a set time for social media. By putting boundaries in place, you regain control over your time and attention. Finally, swap out one routine for something that supports your well-being. For example, instead of reaching for your phone first thing in the morning, try stretching, journaling, or stepping outside for a breath of fresh air. These small swaps can help you start your day with intention and energy. Each of these small, strategic shifts builds momentum. As you start to see progress, you'll feel more motivated to keep going. Celebrate your wins, no matter how minor they seem. Every step forward counts. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about making steady progress, learning from setbacks, and adjusting as you go. Give yourself permission to be human and to grow at your own pace. Over time, these small changes add up. What starts as a single step can lead to a completely transformed lifestyle. You'll look back and realize just how far you've come simply by focusing on what you can control. So focus on what's within your reach. Take it one step, one day, and one choice at a time. That's how real, lasting change is built. The 1-1-1 rule is your blueprint for manageable, meaningful change. It breaks down the process so you never feel lost or overwhelmed. As you reclaim your time and energy, you'll discover new possibilities. More time for hobbies, relationships, and self-care. You might even surprise yourself with how much you can accomplish. Start small, and let your results inspire you to keep going. Remember, consistency, showing up day after day, will always beat short bursts of intensity. This is how real transformation begins, with one simple step, repeated over time, until change becomes your new normal. The time you reclaim needs a purpose. Start by changing your morning. Wake up 15 minutes earlier for yourself, not your phone. Use this quiet time for meditation, journaling, or reading, whatever nourishes you. Swap time-wasting habits for purposeful ones. Walk instead of scrolling. Listen to a podcast instead of TV. It's not about adding more, but being intentional with what you already have. Replace low-value activities with high-value ones. Small, consistent swaps reshape your days. You don't need a life overhaul, just one purposeful change at a time. Ditch the endless to-do list. We've all been there, staring at a mountain of tasks, feeling paralyzed by the sheer volume of things demanding our attention. It's easy to get lost in the chaos, checking off minor tasks just to feel productive, while the truly important things slip through the cracks. But what if you could start each day with clarity and intention, instead of overwhelm? Instead, use the power of 3. Pick your 3 most important priorities each day. This simple shift helps you cut through the noise and focus on what will actually move you forward. By narrowing your focus, you give yourself permission to let go of the non-essential and direct your energy where it matters most. Each morning, take a moment to reflect on your values and long-term goals. Ask yourself, what 3 things, if accomplished today, will move me closer to the life I want to create? This isn't just about productivity, it's about living with intention and making choices that align with your bigger vision. Mix professional and personal goals for a balanced life. Maybe one priority is a work project, another is spending quality time with family, and the third is taking care of your health. When you blend these areas, you create a sense of harmony and fulfillment that goes beyond just getting things done. Limiting yourself to 3 forces you to focus on what matters. It's not always easy, sometimes you'll be tempted to add more, but by sticking to 3, you train your mind to prioritize and make tough decisions about where your time and energy go. Write your 3 priorities down and keep them visible throughout the day. Place them on your desk, your phone, or anywhere you'll see them often. This constant reminder helps you stay on track, especially when distractions arise. When distractions come, and they always do, pause and ask yourself, is this more important than my top 3? This simple question can help you regain focus and avoid getting sidetracked by things that don't truly matter. Over time, this practice shifts you from a state of constant busyness to one of true effectiveness. You'll notice that you're not just doing more, but you're actually achieving the things that matter most to you. You'll do less, but achieve more of what matters. Each small win builds momentum, and soon you'll find yourself making real progress toward your bigger dreams. Make this your daily ritual of purpose. Start each morning by setting your top 3 intentions, and watch as your days become more focused, meaningful, and fulfilling. Living with purpose is a practice, not a one-time choice. Schedule a weekly check-in with yourself, just 20 minutes. Reflect. How did my actions align with my values? Where did I drift? Celebrate your wins and notice patterns where you get off track. Set your intention for the week ahead. This ritual keeps you aligned and prevents drifting. Regular check-ins are your compass, guiding you back to your North Star. Stay flexible, but always realign with your purpose. Knowledge is useless without action. Change starts now, not someday. Every hour spent on what doesn't matter is lost forever. You'll regret the chances you didn't take, not the ones you tried and failed. Don't wait for the perfect moment, just start. Choose one thing to stop and one thing to start today. Write it down, tell someone, commit. Small steps create momentum and transformation. Your purposeful life is built by the choices you make now. You don't find meaning, you create it. The journey begins with your next decision.